Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back for another Fallout 4 mod review. Today we are checking out a very cool brand new modern sniper rifle, and that is Escape from Boston Desert Tech SRSA-2 by SalientPhantom. This is going to introduce a brand new bullpup sniper rifle into the game with a nice modern and tactical twist. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I believe this is the first bullpup bolt-action sniper rifle we have for Fallout 4. Then again, like I said, I could be wrong. Feel free to let me know in the comments if there was one that predates this, but regardless, this has a very beautiful custom animation to it, some really awesome firing sounds, a whole bunch of attachments, leveled list integration, pretty much every bell and whistle that you need to make a nice modern weapon mod these days. This thing is definitely intended for the late game. It does feature some brand new animation types by including the 338 Lapua rounds, but can also be rechambered in 308. This thing can be kitted to suit just about any need, as long as that need is dropping enemies with the least amount of bullets possible. So with that, enough rambling, let's jump in-game and check out every single nitty-gritty detail that this mod has to offer. Starting with these beautiful custom animations. Here we can see the most basic version of the SRS, and might I say, it starts with some iron sights, and these things are mighty fine, very accurate. Let's check out these firing sounds and these custom animations. I'll go ahead and let those play for you uninterrupted. As you can see, this thing has some really mighty recoil to it. Let's check out a suppressed version of the rifle so you can hear the suppressed sounds. Definitely puts its work in as a suppressor. This makes it super quiet. It might be a little bit too quiet for my taste, but that's something that's very easy to fix either in Fallout 4 Edit or in the Creation Kit. So how about stats? Here's the basic version of the SRS with no attachments and no perks. Whenever you pick this thing up stock, it's going to have a base damage of 70. It's shooting 338 Lapua rounds. It has a fire rate of 3 as it is a bolt action. It has a range of 444, an accuracy of 73, a weight of 6.5 pounds, and a value of 364 caps. Now when it comes to actually acquiring this thing, there's a handful of ways you could do that. First of which would be crafting it at a chemistry station, where you can see that it has some pretty hefty requirements. It's going to be 10 oil, 20 plastic, 15 screws, 5 springs, and 20 steel. Pretty nice way to balance out the crafting requirements for just getting this weapon on its own. Or you can just find it out in the world on the leveled lists on some higher end gunners, although that is going to be a pretty rare drop. Now as you can see in our crafting menu, we also have the 338 Lapua Magnum. So this weapon can be chambered in 308 for some more common rounds, but that's going to reduce your damage. Or you can stick with the default 338 Lapua, but you're going to have to craft them here. You can see that's going to cost you 5 copper and 5 steel for every single round, making these some very expensive bullets. So what all can you do with this thing? It looks pretty basic when we grab the vanilla version of the weapon, but you can see we can do some really cool stuff to it, including different types of suppressors and scopes, even laser sights, or even more laser sights. Let's go ahead and check it out with the basic version of the weapon. Our first option is going to be stocks. Here we have black, flat dark earth two-tone with black, olive drab, and then olive drab two-tone with black. For mags, we have the 5-round 338 Lapua, the 8-round 338 Lapua, and then the 10-round 308, and you can see that's going to drop your damage nearly in half. Then we have some rail options. The rails are going to be the same for every rail, so I'm only going to read through this once. We have the Peck Box Black, the Peck Box in Flat Dark Earth, the Zenit Pursed 3 laser sight, the Hollow Sun laser sight, another Hollow Sun laser sight but in blue, and then we have those same options for the left, right, and bottom rails. We also have some muzzle brakes. You see we have the option for no muzzle brake, the LM brake, the SFMB brake, the Titan brake, and the OSS brake. Now each of these muzzle brakes will allow for a different suppressor option. So as you can see, for the 338 LM brake, we have this here Desert Tech 338 LM suppressor. But if we change the muzzle brake out to, say, this Surefire here, we're going to have option for 2 suppressors. We have the SOCOM Black and SOCOM Flat Dark Earth. If we change the muzzle brake out again for the Titan, we're going to have the Titan suppressor. And then if we have the OSS brake, we're going to have the OSS Helix suppressor. And I believe there's also an option for none. No, if you have no muzzle brake, you will have no suppressor. Pretty interesting. As you can see, we have more rails. Now, if I remember correctly, the bottom rail is the only one that differs, as you can have some lights. So with the bottom rail, we have the Army Tech Predator Pro, the Ultrafire, the NC Star laser sight, the Steiner laser sight, which is green, the Surefire laser light combo, and then another Hollow Sun laser sight in green. We have some barrel length options from 16 inches, 18, 22, 24, and 26. Each of these giving you more range, but a reduction to accuracy and weight. Then we have our sights. So at the very beginning, we have the KAC Micro Iron Sights. We have the Aimpoint Micro T2 in black and flat dark earth. We have the PK06 sight, the Aimpoint Comp M4, the Trijicon RMR, the PLAD Weaver sight, the Walter MRS, the EOTech Hollow sight in black and flat dark earth, the Vortex Razor, the Trijicon SRS-02, the Cobra EKP, the Sig Bravo 4x, the Trijicon 4x, the Leupold 4x, the Leupold 4x with a Delta Point sight inside of it, the Elcan Spectre 4x, the Elcan Spectre in flat dark earth, the EOTech Voodoo sight, the Hensfold FF rifle scope, the Leupold 4 rifle scope, and the Night Force Beast rifle scope. You'll recognize a lot of these guys from Escape from Tarkov, as again, this is the Escape from Boston rifle. And then finally, we have some damage modifiers, from 0 all the way up to 200%. Alright, and finally that brings us to the testing portion of the video. As you can see today, we are running 3 tests. The first of which is going to be that 308 magazine, which is going to give us the least possible damage. Then we have the standard version of the weapon with 338 Lapua, but no damage modifiers. And then finally, we're going to be using 338 Lapua with the biggest mag and the maximum damage modifier. So let's see how each of these perform on a standard Deathclaw as our standard. So let's go ahead and take some shots at the chest and see how they perform, starting with 308s. The fire rate is really going to kill us here. And what a shame we couldn't finish him off in 1 mag, so we're going to do a reload. And it's going to take 2 more for a total of 12 bullets. 308 probably isn't your best option for a Deathclaw with this weapon, but it probably works just fine on humanoid enemies. Let's see how that 338 Lapua does. So let's go ahead and grab that guy and see how she does. And it's going to do it in at 7. Pretty interesting. Now we have that 338 Lapua with max damage and a bigger mag size. Let's go ahead and grab that one and see how it does. And it's going to be 2 bullets. There you go. Definitely worth grabbing those damage upgrades. And keeping in mind, this was with 0 rifleman perks. So if you had full rifleman, that would have gone down in only 1 shot. And that just about brings this video to a close. Definitely a great sniper option for those of you who like modern weapons. And if you're on the fence as to whether or not this is lore friendly, that's completely understandable, but it's definitely worth giving a shot because this is a really cool, new, unique rifle type. So with that, if you want to try the mod out yourself, it will be linked in the description down below. And if you do try it out and you enjoy it, consider giving the mod an endorsement, and feel free to show your appreciation to the mod author for all of their hard work. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a rating. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you.